Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at TropiCurl 2025. Have a little bit of an echo.
Yeah, that's going to happen. It's
All right, we're good. Hey, it's your host, Carson Turner. Here with Karen Drombowski. Drombowski. On the microphone. And we have ourselves a feature sheet game here between Weekend at Bernie's and the Big Sexy Curling Company. We join in end one with Weekend at Bernie's throwing yellow rocks and sitting with a 3-guard. And now a high 1. And that's where we're at. It should be noted that Weekend at Bernie's is Weekend at Burn-Ease, as in burning a rock. Oh, it skirted off the guard out top.
Just a bit heavy. I think actually that tick probably helped him a little bit.
Yep, if not, it was goner.
Currently shot rock.
Looks like it has plenty of weight, but they are sweeping.
Mine's getting quite nice.
Yeah, late snap. A little big, but no, not a little big.
Very nice. Right on the tee line.
Even top tee.
I call that top tee.
Dead tee. Dead tee to sit one undercover. So Vince from the Big Sexy Curling Company takes Mark Robinson's broom. I think they're trying to get the back one, but they don't mind if the guard is peeled. Super curly. Oh, they kind of held it, but
Really did much.
not what they wanted. And a Weekend at Bernie's, hailing from Columbus, Ohio, will attempt to put this guard back. Pretty good guard.
Nice stagger there. Hopefully it makes him run back. Just for sure a double peel if they were to take that on.
And Mark Robinson immediately gives the peel symbol to Vince.
General counsel for the Big Six Curling.
Absolutely. Looking to hit it in the crotch. I think we're just a little wide. Spills 2 yellows. But only one of them gets out. Yep, for sure. And that was the goal.
No, he's from Diamond.
Weekend at Bernie's is content to keep plugging up the hole. Shot on the way. Sweepers are on it. It's got plenty of room, so they must think it's light. Whoa, little tick. I mean, that's... Yep, more than one way to get there. That red in the back is cramping their style a little bit. Just laying one right now for yellow. What's the call here?
I think he's trying to pick it.
Ooh. It's going to just rip it.
I have to imagine he's throwing one, but that's a really tight
Oh.
line. It's over there. So he has to
Is he just trying to tick and roll out?
that would be my guess.
I mean,
I'm interested to see what Wade chooses.
maybe this is why I'm not good at curling, but it seems to me like this is not possible. And he just moved his broom over 6 inches. He throws it big, just trying for the tick.
So maybe trying for the
Maybe trying for the run. I mean, that's all he's got.
He's got it. There you go.
And boom, boom, stuffed in the
I need to pay attention to the screen.
back.
Yep.
Yep.
I apologize, viewers.
Yeah.
10 of you probably.
So our feed is maybe 5 to 8 seconds behind live action. So Karen's spoiling the action for you.
I'll stop doing that. That's why I don't commentate. For this and several other reasons.
All right, so Weekend at Bernie's puts the broom way out there. And they're just looking to guard stuff. Plenty of room. Oh, a little bump in. They don't want that. And it's not shot, so it doesn't hurt them.
Did Omen shot rock? And Mark Robinson with another ripper here. Really close on the sweep line.
Oh! Just a little tick. All right, so the current situation is yellow. Weekend at Bernie's is laying 1, 2, 3 counters. And And an emphatic call for a center guard. Because really, they're just worried about that one in the back at this point, yeah?
Stop paying attention for a second. Are they just drawing in another one? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, I think they're trying to put one on the center line, like top 12. I think they're just most worried about the one in the back at this point in the end, right? That looks like it has plenty of weight. Yeah, plenty. Big, and that means it's hanging out, and they're trying to push it over, but it's going to end up spilling on the pile and leaving that shot rock in the back open.
Shot rock is open, but I don't hate that outcome. There's a scenario here where they can, trade hits on the back. And DD is still
Yeah, so they have to hit and roll somewhere. Oh, or call the draw. That's aggressive. They don't like hitting it. They like drawing under to score and put some pressure on the Columbus squad. With the delivery. Coming in nicely. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, it squeezes by, but it's big.
Could have used a little tap.
Whew. And so, Columbus now sitting.
Out counting a couple of those hits.
Ah,
Maybe all of those times.
yes. So it did cut him down perhaps to 2 or even 1.
I think 2.
Depends on whether that guy there out counts that guy
I think
or that one.
I think it's right above the W in worlds.
Well, the shot is on the way. Coming in real nice. Perhaps. No. I was going to say perhaps slightly deep, but no. Dead tee.
Beautiful draw weight, just a little bit open.
Yeah. They're dead on. So now, the final stone of the end has to be a hit for 1 for Big Sexy Curling Company.
Looks like with the ice they took there, she's just throwing maybe like a back 9 weight. It's got a long way to curl.
Whoa, it's got to curl a bunch. That is no bueno for Big Sexy Curling Company. That is, in fact, 1, 2, and 3, 4, maybe 4 yellows. All right, we got 1. We got 2. We got 3. They've decided.
I guess we're saying 3. Yes, 3.
3. 4 weekend at Bernie's, and they just open it wide up.
If I'm gonna give up a big steal, I am much happier to do it in the first.
truth. You've got 7 ends to come back.
I mean, it's Mark, so you've got 6 ends to come back. Just kidding, Mark. Just kidding.
Oh.
I play with Mark all the time, so.
He ain't watching this.
Amy might be. Hi, Amy. I just want to take a minute to acknowledge Dave Schmel here and making sure that Carson and I, who are complete amateurs, are on top of the broadcast.
Dave Schmel, director. Would you be a director or would you be a...
Today be the director, yeah.
You'd be a director, you'd be a... Oh, he doesn't like this. He's going to turn on some stuff.
Oh, no, he's doing the score and the end.
He's going to turn on some scores.
Yellow's team 2.
Big Sexy has just delivered a rock, the namesake of Big Sexy Curling Company. And his rock. All right. Weekend at Bernie's. Rock is on the way. It looks to be past the previous guard, heading toward the center line. In and top 4-ish. Half undercover, which is a good spot to be in. We have scores. Knocks Bernie's all the way back. Big Sexy is now sitting 1. Rock on the way, looking for a little hit and probably a flop under. It's outside. You get the hit, but it's open. So now we have a little hit game going on. See who can get under the center guard first. And we play the trade hit game. I think Weekend at Bernie's is more than happy to play this game, being up 3-0 after 1. Keep it clean. It would be no good if we were playing the no-tick rule. It would be okay. Oh, I don't know. Oh, nope.
I have a question. The no-tick rule. Can you tick your own rock?
Oh.
I would imagine you can.
I would imagine you can. I don't know that rule. I should know that rule, and I don't know that rule. Yeah, you can tick your own rock for sure. Did he let go of that rock 10 feet after the hog
No.
Okay.
No, not Vincent's schedule.
All right. Just making sure, Vince. Sorry, buddy, if you're watching this. But evidence may be that he let it go pretty late, because look how big it is.
Since the small handles for the pros the spirit of the rule is to, release it before the hot line, and if you're an inch over or something, don't ride the rock all the way down the sheet.
Maybe it's that follow through, hanging on to that follow through right behind the rock.
He may have released it very lightly and left his hands in that position. We don't know.
Controversy. No hog line violation there. The rock is on the way. It looks a little wide. They're trying to push it back. But I don't think.
Definitely notice a difference in the releases between the two players.
We're gonna do it. Yep.
A bit more positive and kept it out a little bit more. It's always interesting to me. Think about, us. We're just some schmucks who have a hobby, right?
Truth.
And then think about on Team Women how they train so that every single player releases the rock exactly the same way. So Skip doesn't have to think this player pops it a little bit. I need to get him a few more releases. Very clear as to where he knows exactly where it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the problems with club curling is we all just kind of get together and we go, hey, let's play this weekend. And they play together every day, all day.
It's their job.
They know all the releases. They know everything. Oh, that curled, and it looks super duper light.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, super duper light.
Mark
Maybe
is
not.
Very positive.
It really took off, though. There was a little
It did.
bend there, and they wind up just in front of the tee.
Not bad. Potential for a stuff there on the takeout.
So now, hit and roll opportunity. Big roll. Got to get the weight just right.
And swinging it right out of his hands.
Coming in, hitting on the inside, a little roll, not a big enough roll, but mission accomplished.
Also clipping that back red on the way out.
Yeah, that's big, and especially with the scoreboard being 3-0, you're more than happy to just keep taking out your opponent. They can tie from here on out and win the game, right? Skip Stone on the way. Oh, right on.
Been playing with Mark Robinson all year, and we at one non-spell where he threw last and threw terrible for the first two games. Started throwing vice and suddenly just started winning. And so in our league team, we also started throwing vice and suddenly we started winning. And I think he's decided that's just the way for him.
This is where it's gonna go. So we got Big Sexy Land 2. Weekend at Bernie's. Looking to slash this over? Throw huge at it? or just coming in on the right one. Hitting and rolling in. Don't know, but we'll find out in a moment. The call is to hit and roll over. It's coming in. We got the hit. Don't quite have the roll. Is dead nose.
First fix stone on the way from our new robot.
Scabby. Don't you Rohrbacher partner. Always a Rohrbacher in our hearts. Another nose, so we're trading hits. Big Sexy sitting 2 weekend at Bernie's. With their final shot coming up. Discussing what they would like to do. They elect to take that much ice. Hoping to hit it and probably roll under or roll way out to the wing, I guess. Would be okay. But under is the call and would be most beneficial. Outside rolls all the way out, leaving an opportunity for the Big Sexton Curling Company to get to.
Overcooked it a little on the sweep, I think.
Yeah, didn't need to sweep that.
And a nice easy draw for her.
Sweepers are on it. Now they're off it. Now they're watching it. Now they're on it again.
That's great.
Comes in. It needs to get off that guard. Will it get off the guard? Well, I guess it doesn't need to get off the guard because anything in the house scores. So, at the end of 3, it's 3-2. Weekend at Bernie's over. The Big Sexy Curling Company. And as soon as we thought we could take a break, we can't. They're quick. And the first shot is off for the Big Sexy Curling Company, and it winds up top 4, center line. We've got a 3-2 game. We've got no rocks in play. And I got Big Sexy, the namesake of the Big Sexy Curling Company, throwing a rock that looks perhaps to be about back four-ish. Back four. Thought that was going to be big out of his hand. Looked big.
Been having some interesting challenges with the ice conditions this weekend because in Pittsburgh it is extremely rainy and muggy and humid.
Yeah, like what? 78, 80 degrees, 90% humidity, rain off and on. 200 people in the building.
Oh, four now. Idiot.
That winds up kind of a guard for the red. So Big Sexy is content to put another one under that. All right, so we got a hit and pretty good roll, but it rolled out a little too far. So red is still shot rock, and they elect to guard it. Line is beautiful, perhaps a little heavy, no tick, and it goes on by. So a slight opportunity for weekend at Bernie's. Electing not to try to hit it. They're going to try to put shot rock up in the top four. Plenty of room. They're pushing it to try to carve it over. And it winds up shot rock on the button, but precariously open. Mark Robinson delivers the rock. Harley's trying to push it over. It does clip Shot Rock. It rolls out.
Just over the top there.
So the current situation is Big Sexy Curling Company 1. Weekend at Bernie's 2. So I think the thought here is we put Shot Rock right there because if you would ever come in and try to hit that, it just jams right there, right? So that's the call. Put a rock where if the opponent tries to hit it back, it's just going to jam off of another rock. Shots on the way. Not a lot of handle on that rock, which means it's going to curl, but they're still trying to push it to get it to curl even more. Line looks fantastic. They're really pushing it, and I don't know why. All right. The only reason I said I don't know why is I would prefer it a little lighter and to curl up right there.
I guess a little lighter. Would it have been closer to Joey Magneto's armpit, maybe? And then it's quite open.
Over here, you mean?
No, other armpit.
This armpit. You think lighter's there?
Yeah.
I think if they could have curled under somehow right here. That's the ultimate shot.
I guess the question is,
Yeah, so Dave Schmel, sitting over here, would tell us that trying to push the rock is really just making it travel further in most cases. I think I tend to agree with him nowadays.
I don't know.
No, you think directional sweeping is a thing. I think
My general rule of thumb is, if the best curlers are
yeah, for sure.
however, I also think at our level, the effect that we're having is probably minimal.
That's what I wonder too, is like if we're sitting here like, no, push it, no, hold it, like are we really doing much? An inch?
Sort of mission accomplished with introducing the jam there. Big Sexy Curly Company not able to play with it.
No, so now, again, we have that same issue where if you hit this, you know, if you come up here and hit this jams into here and winds up just sitting Shot Rock. Now, there's certainly enough room in here that could go that way, it could go that way. Yeah, you could.
Plenty of rooms across the face on this one. That room, I'm guessing they're throwing a nice touch shot here, a nice maybe.
So you think their thought is to hit it out here,
No.
poke it out there?
No. I think they're trying to cross the face, but I think that they're throwing like a.
Oh, they're trying to come over here and poke it out there.
They're starting to push, but it's already open. It does look like a nice.
Across the center line, needs to move a little bit, I think, for Karen's shot, and does do it.
Needed
But-
to curl up a little bit more.
Yeah, so I just want to use the telestrator a lot. This needed to be a little more there to kick that out even further. So it's Weekend at Bernie's 1. Big Sexy Curling Company sitting 2-3. And a shot on the way for Big Sexy. Plenty wide, but it must be a little light because they are sweeping. Looks like that's going to finish inside of the yellow for Shot Rock. Ooh, nearly frozen. Makes that quite a bit more difficult now because the yellow is in play. If you're a, I mean, certainly nose just gets rid of the red, right?
But I wonder, even if you flip that yellow, you have potential. Well, not three, but you definitely have I think a pretty easy two. If you hit that yellow back, there you go. We'll tell us straighter. I think even if you flip that yellow, you're stuffing.
Hit the yellow there.
Counts the red next to the C in magnet.
So come in, hit the yellow there. You'll sit here. That jams, but you'll be 1, 2.
The red that you had. The red and the
Yeah.
We'll see.
Shot on the way. He gave some motion. He must have flipped it outside. He didn't like it. But it doesn't look awful. Yes, it does clip the guard. I thought it was going to get past there. Yeah, sweeping that yellow over. Yep. So now red is lying 1 corner frozen. And the call has to be to guard that. That's where he wants it. Seems a little tight. Shot is on the way. It needs to curl up to do what they wanted it to do. They are sweeping as if they wanted to curl. And it winds up coming in and being second shot. So Big Sexy now laying 1, 2. Weekend at Bernie's. Number 3. So there's a double here. But you have got to put some juice on this. Because if you come in here and hit that, and that goes, you need this to go all the way over to here.
I'm thinking you're probably throwing this for one.
Just trying for one, not worrying about the double.
Well, I mean, you're moving both rocks, but you don't need to eliminate one. Just move them out of the fold.
Threw it big. That's normal up. That's firm. It's on its way. They are sweeping. Now they're off. Now they're pushing. Now they're off. Bing, bang, boom. And we wind up with Big Sexy lying 1, 2. Columbus said 2, and they kick the rocks. Let's take that 2 and be done. 2 for Big Sexy Curling Company. Just having a chat with Mr. Dave Schmel of the Bucks County Curling Club, an unbelievable friend to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. Thanks, Dave, for hanging out and supporting us and doing ice at the Pittsburgh Curling Club. My man comes and does ice at the Pittsburgh Curling Club.
Dave Schmel's travel agent now, so everybody book your vacations through Dave Schmel.
There you go. Thanks, Dave. We love you, buddy.
For sure.
Shot on the way, and mission accomplished. So we got Weekend at Bernie's sitting top 12-ish. And Big Sexy trying to hit that out. Shot is on the way. Vince is sweeping. Not too aggressively, though. Must think it's pretty good. Oh, or thought that it never had a chance.
I think I didn't have a prayer. Just a little tired. It could be tricky out there in the woods. Sorry, guys. People watching, and there are no questions in the chat.
No questions in the chat.
Hello to our 9 viewers.
To our 9 viewers. Hey, it's good times. We try to provide a little entertainment to our 9 peeps out there.
You know, Carson, the other day when I was watching and texted you to adjust the levels, you said hello to our 1 viewer, and there were 2 of us. So there could be
There were 2 of you.
5s of people
Right,
watching.
right.
Maybe even
Tens of people are watching right now. Curling, not the most popular sport on planet Earth.
Imagine amateur curling on a Saturday night not being the hot ticket item.
I mean, I don't know what else you would be doing right now. I'd rather be nowhere else than the Pittsburgh Curling Club, for sure.
I mean, like a private island would be okay,
That'd be all right.
but this is okay.
They probably have curling there, too. If not, we should start a club.
Oh, now we're at 11. See, 10s.
Tens of people. All right. Weekend at Bernie's comes in and knocks old Big Sexy out to sit 2.
Nice positioning of the rocks there makes a double quite difficult. Well, Mark's calling it anyway.
Mark says, hey, just hit it over. Oh, he's calling it super tight, so he's trying to get over there, come up and hit. You don't have to know a lot about curling to know that is a really tough shot.
On the way from Vince Skebby. A little bit outside.
Slashes it over and will stick around, so that's good for the Big Sexy. But Weekend at Bernie's content to take that out, I think. It's calling a more delicate freeze to it instead of taking it out, which, if executed, is certainly the better shot. But it is tough, especially where that is. sweepers are hammering this shot. I think they think it's a little light. The line is fantastic. If they can get it there, it is the shot they called. And that's a corner freeze for 1-2 for Weekend at Bernie's, and that's a mean shot. All kinds of pressure on Big Sexy now. So once again, minimum ice. Normally you might play this out here to just come hit it on the nose, but they're going to play it in tight and hope to come all the way over. He does get the hit, and the roll was in the right direction, but only over to center. Weekend at Bernie says, let's take that out.
Like this call, rolling away, making a double on the yellows harder. Really trying to get two here for Weekend at Bernie's.
Yep, for sure. Dave Schmel bringing the wine in, bringing the beers. Wait. There it is. Oh, no. Overflow. This is a pivotal shot in the game. It looks a little outside, so they're going to get the shot rock. But they will roll out, leaving Weekend at Bernie's to sit one.
Once again, it's just a quick to get to get on the sweep. I think this is anticipating a little more curl than they're getting. Now, if I'm Mark Robinson here, I'm perfectly happy with spilling both of those rocks.
So err on the side of just killing them both. Shots on the way. It looks like it's on the yellow. That's exactly what they wanted to happen.
Absolutely dirty there.
And
Got a
leave.
big smile on his face.
Well, Mark's a local guy, so we know him. And I'm not sure. I mean, Mark has probably curled for 35 years.
That seems fair.
Let's go 35 years Mark has curled, but hasn't curled a lot recently.
Hasn't. Not that that's slowed him down in any
No, I mean, he's got 35 years of experience under it. He could come in and curl, after taking a year off and be better than 95% of people out there.
Recently just the winning skip of our champion of Champions League
Nice.
with myself and Sean Majerski and what could have been Carson Turner had he chosen to play with us. Not that I'm salty about it, but
Well, we got two reds. Counting at the moment, the third red is on the way. From Harley, don't call me Rohrbacher. Looks to be setting up on this center line. Little over curl. And a little big, perhaps.
That's great. It's now in a position where they're forcing Columbus, if they want to try and roll under cover.
Yep, you were always going to give them something to hit,
I
right?
like leaving it open.
But
It's
you
a
might
great
have
way to force.
hoped it was there.
I disagree.
No?
I think if you leave it there, then you give them something to draw under.
Oh, right
They
on.
can get a skip
The
steal.
no guards rule. Yeah. I got you. So now it's deep. You force them to hit it and be deep themselves, which in turn allows you to come back and just be in the middle of the sheet.
Under these reds on the 12 foot, try and use this as a corner block. But rolling under those and still being shot rock is going to be a challenge.
For sure. Well, it's on its way. We're about to find out. Columbus, Ohio.
Looks to be hanging out a little bit.
It's out. It's hit. It's top four. It's shot rock. For the time being.
I like this call for Mark. Roll to the other side and try and force them now into a draw. Since it's tricky to draw right after you hit. So, yeah, Harley's going to try here to hit that yellow and roll to the opposite side of the
Hit here and roll that way. Over to here. Leave it wide open. Because there's not much else you can do, right? It's gonna be open. Yep. So there's the hit. There's the roll to the outside. And a little big, but you know that doesn't really change much. You were either gonna make this draw or not make this draw. Oh, they're thinking about hitting it?
I understand it. Drawing is hard.
So, if you hit it, you have to hit it right here and roll in a little bit. But if you chose to draw, you have that area
I'm trying to figure out how you can get
in which to draw. Dave wants
A
to
blank.
jump in with the telestrator.
Well, I think here what they're looking here is for the blank. So they're going to come on in, hit that, drive that guy out there, that guy out there, lose the shooter off the side, and score 0.
They want a blank. I got you.
I don't think you can lose the shooter.
I think you can.
Dave says lose the shooter for a blank. Karen says you cannot lose the shooter. It's impossible. But they're way out here now, so they're just playing a draw.
I think they agree with me.
They must have agreed with
Maybe
Karen.
we're all wrong. I mean, Dave's kicked my ass many times.
I mean,
The-
the blank goes, that's for sure.
The dudes were wrong. The lady was right. We're just trying to do the anywhere in here thing for one to tie the ball game.
You know what? I changed my mind based on where that stagger is. There's definitely a
Blank or no blank,
very nice.
the score is 1, and that ties it up at 4, so it's a new ball game going into 5.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. Here on the feature sheet, we have Weekend at Bernie's from Columbus versus Big Sexy Curling Company, which is a Mayfield and Pittsburgh team. I like to think of them as a Pittsburgh team since Carly and Vince are former Pittsburgh members as well. And here is the Leeds second rock for Weekend at Bernie's. Looking for a double center here, trying to set up a steal. And Mark Robinson with Big Sexy Curling Company calling for a draw under the centers. Line looks a little bit tight. Looks like we're going for just splitting them on, removing that second center guard. Definitely makes the steal a little bit more challenging. Once again, a big thank you to Dave Schmel from the Bucks County Curling Club. Also from the Pittsburgh Curling Club, honorary Windsor Dave Schmel, who's helping me out here since I have no idea what I'm doing with all of the broadcast equipment. Little bit of a stuff on that nice lightweight takeout. With yellow still sitting 2-3, and Mark is going to call a hit on one of those top yellows and roll towards the center. Took a turn there on Vince Skebby. Not sure if he was narrow out his hand or just grabbed something, but ends up taking out his own rock in the back 12. Now leaving Columbus sitting 1 and 2. On the sweep here for Columbus. Looks pretty close. And just reinstituting those double centers. Another attempt at this outside hit for Vince Skebby on Big Sexy Curling Company. This one line looking a lot better. And executing nicely there. And, oh, a little rollback. That might be in. That might be a biter.
Five, 6, 7, 8. 4 ends. Tie ball game.
Columbus now calling a draw under those double center guards, really trying to execute a steal here.
I got to tell you, so I watched this Columbus team play. 2 days ago. I'm watching them now, and here's what I can say about them. They've got their draw weight down. So this is that team that they may or may not be accurate. Who knows if they're going to hit the broom right or left, but they're always going to be dead on weight. And that is really hard to play against because they're never missing shots by more than a little bit here and there, right?
That was actually gorgeously executed there. Just missed off the guard, but just enough to redirect it a tiny bit, where it still grabs a little curl at the end.
Yeah, so again, there, you kind of like, oh, maybe it's a little missed shot, but the weight was freaking dead on, and so it winds up just fine, and here they are sitting two and putting Pittsburgh in a difficult position.
You know, I have a philosophy for hitting the broom, and maybe this just makes me feel better about myself when I'm playing, but if you miss by a broom head with here or there, that's, you know, within the frame of being able to sweep it into where you need it to be. I know I play for my husband, skips me all the time, and he will just say, you know, just make the shot.
Lately, I've been honed in on this idea of, like, look, we're not in the Briar. None of us are professional curlers, but, like, hone your error circle in, if that makes any sense. Like, you can miss. We're all going to miss. We're like, none of us are great at curling. But don't miss by 8 feet, right? Miss by a foot. Miss by 6 inches. Well, that's what Columbus is doing here. Weekend at Bernie's. They aren't missing by much at all over the place. And,
oh, wow. Real squeaker there by Mark Robinson. Let's see if it sticks around. Just out the back.
Doesn't help them a ton, right? And to my point,
We gave him a good game.
Weekend at Bernie's is going to go, hey, we have draw weight down. Just put a top 4 here.
I would agree. Yep, I would agree. Keeps the blank alive for Mark, but those double centers still being there really give Weekend at Bernie's the opportunity to steal. Really lovely slide, really balanced. Nice intentional release. They're really sweeping it here.
A little wide.
I don't
Well,
think so. I think it's going to end up great. Look at it curling in.
Oh, yeah. Looking good. Got to get some
Little bit
legs. Oh,
No, it's going to be not bad. A little deeper would have been nice. Maybe by
I mean-
the top 4, but really not bad at all.
what did I just say, though? I mean, they've got their weight down. That, if they want to call that a miss, they missed it from here to here, right? So it was a 1.5 foot miss.
If I'm within a foot and a half, I'm really
I mean,
happy.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying these guys are honed in. Like, you've got to have your weight down to beat Weekend at Bernie's. And I think what's happening right now is Big Sexy's team might be trying to get a little creative and like, hey, if we throw this and we spin this and da-da-da, but you're playing against a team that has their draw weight freaking peg. So it's going to be tough.
Trying to decide if Mark's trying to pick that back or if he's trying to execute a one double.
Threw it big. It looks like a pick.
Really swooping it here. And peels the shot back.
I don't hate it, but up comes Weekend at Bernie's with their dead-on draw weight, and so do you try to put it right there, or do you throw one up here? Oh,
I would say,
they're
I would
looking up
say
top.
throw one guard. I would say throw one guard is probably the correct call. But I want to turn my nose up at, top 4.
If you wound up right there somehow, that would be pretty mean. But in a 4-4 game, with command of the center of the ice, I like this call. I do.
I would say not top 4, then your other 2 stones on the center line are effectively acting as a double center, but they're quite close together. You could leave some sort of a double or a triple. So really, I think the 1 is the correct call. I like this call. Comes to rest. A little tighter than I think they might have liked. It leaves the potential for a double peel. Oh,
Yeah.
Mark says no, Mark. I think he's just going to draw.
There's kind of where they wanted it. There's where it was. But I think it does its job.
It does. He's not trying the double peel. He's just trying for a skip's deuce here. Stone on the way from Harley. Line's looking quite nice. Oh, could he used a tick maybe?
That winds up not even shot stone, I don't believe.
I don't know, is it? It's close. Yeah, that's not going to tell us much. I appreciate you trying, but...
Yep, who knows? Only they know, and I'm not sure they do either. They're guessing. Dave was giving me the time symbol over here to tell me that you think they might be running out of time. So if we look up at the far scoreboard, it says they have 15 minutes to finish the 6th end. And they are not yet finished with the 5th end. And so if they want to get a full 8 in, they've only got 15 minutes to finish the 6th. They may only be looking at 7 ends. How does that change things?
Remember somebody, it was me, saying that 7.
So if they only get 7 ends in, does that help or hurt one team or another?
Well, having hammer in the odds now is in your favor.
Hammer in the odds is what you're looking for. All right.
That's 2 hammers, 2 primos.
And in a tie ball game, that's huge. That shot, oh, it ticks. So it ticks. So now it's.
As an outcome, it forces, because it moved that top yellow into definitely second shot position. I don't see a way for Mark to get 2.
Yep. So it's kind of a split house mentality. They've got 1-2. How do you ever get rid of them both? You don't.
Correct.
Yep. It kind of. I think if what I'm hearing you say is it almost doesn't matter where they are as long as it's not doubleable.
That's correct.
Yep. And to that point, there's a knock on the yellow for 1. And 2 is not available.
So that's a nice force on Columbus. And now with what is more than likely the last hammer for them, they're really trying to score multiple points here.
All right, so we got Big Sexy up 1 with only 1 left. With 2 left, I mean. But only 1 left for Bernie's.
Only 1 hammer left.
Only 1 hammer left, which is your best opportunity to score. So usually you're thinking score 2 with hammer, but is 2 enough here?
Do you want to throw skip stones? That's your question. If you're comfortable throwing skip stones, you throw 2, and then you force, and then you go to skip stones.
Do you ever roll into this end before any rocks have been thrown, thinking to yourself, we're scoring 3-4 here. We're going big. We're winning this thing.
My husband and I have this argument all the time. For me, yeah, sure. If you can, you're going to put up some corners. You're going to try to score. I would love to score three here.
And now I'm not talking Tuesday night curling. This is TropiCurl. We've paid money. We're in town where we're trying to win. You're trying to win.
Yeah, I'm either trying to score big, perfect number, or I'm trying to blank. If it were Shawnee, he's never trying to score free. There's too much risk involved in keeping that many rocks in play. So he'd be trying very hard to blank here. Which looks like might be the plan for Columbus. Trade hits, make sure you roll out on your last. If somebody happens to miss a hit, you can try and get your crooked number. But in general, I like a blank here. Harley going hard on the sweep. It looked narrow out of Dustin's hand here. Yeah, oh, so there's your miss, I think. Really took off there. Yeah, might have just pinched it right out of his hands.
So now yellow splits the house. All but guarantees them to this end. Right? That's the conventional wisdom.
Yeah, get your two. Make sure you force in the last
So
end.
now you're up 6-5 at the end of this end. But conventional wisdom also says the team with hammer scores 2.
No, not necessarily. If you're Columbus, then it's the 7. You're going to put your first rock in the house. You're going to try to bait them into a hit game. Or you're going to throw double centers again and try and execute a steal. I mean, that was quite well executed right up until the end last end.
Yeah, it's just tough. How do you get one more freaking rock than your opponent in 2 more ends? I mean, Weekend at Bernie's right now is set up to be ahead 1. For sure, ahead 1. But then back comes Big Sexy, and you've got to limit them to 1 at a minimum, right? To go to Skip's Rocks. Wow, I mean, it's a weird position to be in.
I always wonder what the odds say here. I'm not a big
Yeah,
number
somewhere.
specialist.
Well, hey, there's a miss, and now, the whole game changes.
I agree.
Because now I think Weekend at Bernie's is honestly looking at 3.
It's hard here because, I get into this position when I skip for women's, where you need to put it somewhere. Where do you put it?
Yeah,
where
right,
it's not-
right.
It's not worse for you.
Yeah, right. So you get in this position, like you've gone through step A, B, C, D, and like everything's worked. And now you're like, oh, we're in a great spot. Where do we put a rock where it does not hurt us?
You don't want to leave a double. You don't want to leave a triple.
Yeah,
you don't
right.
Want to accidentally leave a guard.
It's
for them to
almost
draw
like
under.
it's
You don't
almost
wanna
like
leave a
we've
freeze.
done too well up to this point, right?
Sean says too good too early,
Yeah.
which I think he stole from Ryan Fry. So let's not give him too much.
I don't mind that shot at freaking all. Because I mean it guards up shot rock. What else were you gonna do if you I kinda dig it. I think Weekend at Bernie's is playing some sneaky freaking good curling right now.
I think it is saying you're okay with getting 2, which is fine.
Well, that was kind of my question early. Is there a play for 3 strategy? Does that even exist?
So, our good friend Nick Conley, who has skipped the team at men's nationals several times, when he was playing for 3, he would go everything to the center. So, other team would throw a center guard, he would go under it. and he would just put as much stuff
Just
in the
chuck
center of
everything to the
house
pin.
as possible.
We're going to
You
have
end up-
250 pounds of rocks in the center, and whatever happens, happens.
So you end up in a position where, as the skip, you're going to have to play some sort of an in-off or some sort of a hero shot. But if you're a national level skip, maybe you're comfortable with that. When we get into like us playing, like me personally, it's kind of why I don't use corner guards a whole lot, because I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to execute a run back, or someone in my team is, and are we going to be able to do that well and consistently? Maybe not. I understand why you use a corner guard, but you know.
I think that wound up not in, and that could be semi-pivotal. But yeah. So we were saying that earlier in the spiel, like conventional wisdom, okay, let's put the corner guard out here, and then I go, how many times has anyone at club level thrown under a corner guard to like score? You know what I mean? Like,
That's what if you're throwing under the corner and your opponent is throwing under the center, you're going to have to execute some good peels and some good run backs to be able to pull those corners into play. It's not super easy. So, yeah. I'll do it, but I'll do it because it feels right.
we always, Tuesday night curling or whatever, it's like someone will throw a center, and then like the next call up, oh, let's throw the corner, ignore that center. And I'm going, really? We're going to use the corner later, are we? We're that good? We're going to use the corner to score some points.
Sometimes you use it on accident.
Yeah, well, that could happen.
Well, that's really moving out of Mark's hands. That might.
Oh!
It picked. Oh no! It changed handle. Oh no!
That's a gunner.
Oh, Mark. I didn't bring my dog today, so it's not a dog hair pick. It wasn't my fault.
It could be. Well, we've obviously done quite a bit of ice, but I wouldn't put it past Bug's hair to linger.
Yeah, he's kind of always with me in the form of little fuzzies, and Sean is on the ice. No,
True.
He's not. No, he's not. He was on sheet.
Well, he was. He was. All right, so where we're at is that rock right there is not a counter. And I don't think it is. And I think that's a problem, but the miss by Big Sexy Curling Company just now leaves the door open for them to remedy that problem.
Absolutely. It can now be used as a corner guard. I promised a friend, which is actually Amy Robinson, Nick's wife, that if I were commentating, I would be sure to talk about their outfits. So I'm just going to go ahead and say here that I really like the Hawaiian shirts going on from Columbus. I think it's very topical, very tropical. And of course, Big Sexy Curling Company, I love a custom t-shirt. And I love that they have their positions in the company on their shirts. Really great outfits on this sheet.
So it is a really big deal right now as to whether that freaking rock counts or not.
I would biter bar it. I don't know if Columbus will biter bar it. The thing is if the biter bar touches it and the house is a little wonky, it's in the house. And the house might be a little wonky. Alright. Okay, so would have been great to remove that yellow rock. Kind of gives Columbus the opportunity to get multiples here, leaving that red rock fully open and pushing that yellow even further undercover. Yeah, big fan of that. Big fan, as Carson is showing on the telestrator here, big fan of a hit and roll, kind of cluster your yellows under that corner guard. And this is maybe how you manufacture a 3.
Yeah. So it's not so much there's a strategy for 3, but a miss here, a miss there. You start going, oh, hey, there could be 3 here. There certainly is. That's on the table now. Although we need to know whether that rock is biting or not.
All right, on the way here. Oh, curling a lot of curl here. Okay, so still that rock that may or may not be biting is potentially very important here. Interested to see what Mark calls. Yep. Okay, I like that. Yep. Sort of right under the armpit of Joey Magneto. Or potentially a freeze would be great. This feels like a mixed doubles game if you have the power play. Oh, he changed his mind. They're going for the hit. Interesting. So Mark thinks that yellow is definitely not in.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree from our vantage point, but well, so I mean, hey, that's what it is. That's what he thinks.
It doesn't look like it's in, but I would bite or bar the shit out of that. Just, I mean, what if? If it's an inch or so?
Well, for sure. There's no harm in doing it.
Okay, rock on the way for Harley. This looks great. Little bit of a roll. Very nicely executed.
All right, so there are 2 rocks remaining, and I don't think the yellow's in, but I'm going to just say it one more time, and then I'll stop. It really, really, really matters whether that yellow is in right now or not.
For sure, it could definitely change the momentum of the whole game here.
I don't think it is. I can see white. I can see white on the camera. It's on the far end from where we are physically, but on the camera I can see white. And I'm not sure, I mean, there's a lot of white there.
I don't think it is, assuming that this house was installed completely correctly. And that's a big assumption.
Yeah.
It's worth checking. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so we have vinyl houses at the Pittsburgh Curling Club, and we put them around the pin. And so the circle could be, an eighth, a 16th of an inch off to the left or the right. And so for those of you at home, we'll talk about it after the shot.
Oh, this looks quite light. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That really turns the tide here. This fully buries that red rock. And he wants to put one where I would argue Joey Magneto's balls should be, which is right under his, right under his chin. That's where I think they should be, yep. Do we mark these broadcasts as like not for children? It's fine, okay. I'm getting, okay. And the stone being delivered here. A little on the push. There we go. Right in between the poles there.
I mean, it doesn't freaking matter, but all right.
I didn't say any curse words.
You got nothing.
I
All right.
actually did a couple times.
Just one, but hey, we're back. We're back.
Okay, so looks like Columbus is going to try. They have to either drop a 4-foot or try and come down for that rock.
But if you do that,
It brings that questionable rock back into play.
I mean, that red just sits there. Well, I'm not sure what their call was.
I think they're just coming down to it.
Yeah, I was going to say the freeze is probably the perfect shot here.
Just needs to be shot rock. This is hammer.
Oh, this is hammer.
Starting to curl. Looks pretty good.
Hammer.
Looking nice. Starting to curl. It's looking pretty good.
Oh, you got to go.
Oh,
Whoa,
no,
whoa,
mine's
whoa, whoa,
fine.
whoa,
Mine's
whoa, whoa.
fine. Yep, looks great. And there's your one.
Woo!
Ooh.
So, it's a tie ball game, and this is the final end because they did not meet the time restrictions.
I didn't check, but I'm quite certain. Yeah.
So this is the end. This is the final end.
And we are at a tie ball game here in the seventh and what will be the final end of this match between Big Sexy Curly Company from Pittsburgh and Mayfield and Weekend at Bernie's from Columbus. Columbus executing a center guard here. I'm assuming they're going to go hard for this deal. Well, I guess they have to because they got forced last end.
Yeah, I mean, so conventional wisdom here says if you are Big Sexy, you try to leave the middle of the ice wide open this entire end. And if you are Weekend at Bernie's, you need somewhere to hide to score, yeah?
I would say that's correct. So the question is, with Weekend at Bernie's throwing that center guard, if you are a Big Sexy Curling Company, are you going to try a tick shot? That's difficult. And if you accidentally take it out, then that's giving them the opportunity to throw up double centers.
I'm actually pretty interested that they decided right there to come in buried. I mean, it was a nice shot. It was nicely executed, but, like, you wanted to be the first to the button there?
It's a hard call here.
I don't. I mean, look, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't like that if I'm Big Sexy.
Would you prefer to throw like a corner?
Yeah, I think so. I think my thought as a skip, as a young skip that has no clue what he's doing, I would think keep the middle as open as humanly possible so that I can just draw for one to win the game.
Conventional wisdom would say that's correct.
And now, Weekend at Bernie's, with their unbelievable draw weight that they've had all game long, has now shrunken that scoring zone down. I mean, it's open. They can hit it. I got it. But, like, I don't know. You're playing a dangerous game if you're sexy here, I think.
I agree. High stakes here.
Big time. TropiCurl 2025 on the line. C bracket. Right? I'm pretty sure it's not even the A.
Right. Gotta keep on it, though, or you're going to end up on your own.
Okay, bink, bink.
Scary.
Oh, man.
Anything behind the T line here is not helping Big Sexy Curling Company.
Truth.
Yeah, I agree with this call. They looked briefly at throwing the double.
Right there? Oh.
But why, right? I like putting it like on Joey's pinky.
Well, we're about to find out if they like what you like. Looks plenty wide.
These rocks have been curling a lot.
Well, that one,
Still got a ways to go.
All right, so Weekend at Bernie's here said they said we're shot rock, albeit behind tee, but we're gonna just guard it because we only need one to win.
I don't think that was the intention.
No.
No.
Okay.
We're trying to sit even second and be association. Try and take the business end.
Be
of
over
it.
here.
Not even that far. Maybe more towards the center line.
Over here.
Here comes the rock from Vince Scabby. Really close to making the double over the top there. Gives Weekend at Bernie's another opportunity. Okay, yeah, see he's chopping, just tapping, biting top four.
I mean, at this point, the strategy is it's been decided. It's guard that shot rock
Yeah.
until, I mean, guard it at all costs at this point.
Still sweeping for curl here, still potentially a little bit wide. Not really moving a lot. Is it maybe a little heavy? If they could just chuck a piece under that center guard, it would really help. So that leaves a double. It's a little precarious.
So double goes
Okay,
there.
Vince, let's say Vince throws that double, then that leaves Bernie's with a hit and roll to be fully married. It's nose for double. Stone on the way from Vince Scabby. And Harley on the push. A little bit outside. And stuffs it. So we're in the same position we were in.
They're gonna put the guard back.
Right in Billy's hands.
Now he's thinking about tucking it in.
I like if you tuck in just the side, you take away the business end for a double. Makes it a lot harder.
So through there. Seems like a lot of ice, perhaps. A lot of preparation for this shot because it's a pivotal one. It's on its way.
On the sweep right away, maybe potentially a little light. Does it?
Looks light, but I love the line. Love the line.
I think we're looking at like a 3-4 maybe. Oh, they're off it now. Are they off it because it's almost done?
Yeah, I think they're off it because they just thought they couldn't carry it deep.
A little bit unfortunate. I'd be interested to see from the righty hack how much of that yellow rock you have. Mark seems confident that he can at least get to it or potentially cross the face of the hole. Then you got a lot of reds that are pretty dead buried.
That's the call. We'll see if he can execute. The overhead view shows that it's there, but looking from here down the ice as if I were a player, it looks tight.
It does. It does.
But this view shows that there's room here to get by.
Well, I mean, let's say that you accidentally just move that center guard that Columbus just threw. That's not a bad outcome. Harley on the push once again.
It's not big, but it needs to curl a ton. Absolute ton.
Oh, it's looking quite outside.
So now there's just no question what you do. You block up that path right there.
Carson, I don't know. I think you got to be deeper than that. If you do that, Mark has the opportunity to throw a draw again, and I think he can get Sharp Rock out of it.
Oh.
Okay.
He likes what I like, but you think there's a way in there.
No, outside.
Oh, outside. You think out here.
Essentially. So just to grab the side of the button, or even to sit on that back end.
Well, I mean, hey, this is what it's all about. Game of inches here. Who's gonna do what?
Stone on the way for Weekend at Bernie's.
Plenty of room. Lots of room.
Oh, this light's looking okay.
Well, it's out. All right, so, that's in a bad spot because can they get under?
I don't think that way. Well, okay. They see. I can't see what they see. I'm not on the ice. So.
They're over here. So they're thinking about getting into here.
Sure, it's there. It's absolutely there.
What about?
That was my thought. Not even a hit, but even just to sit on it, inside corner.
Sit right there.
Yeah. Or, bump it 2 inches.
Well, their thought is skinny that guard and come in. So there.
Yeah.
That would be mean if they could do it. Again, from here live, it doesn't look like it's there, but from the overhead, it looks like it's possible. So we'll see.
I think it's there. I think it's there for sure.
I guess if the worst thing you do is you hit your own red and tick over, well, that's not good. No. I mean, yellow is shot rock right now. This is high stakes. Like, you got to be shot rock here if you throw this little draw in. It is pretty tight, but it's definitely past the guard. And now it's way in.
It has to stop. This would be absolute money.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, it's a little deep.
Man.
And that's the risk, right? I mean, it had to be freaking perfect, and it wasn't.
That's a tough sweep call.
Whoa, that was.
They had 2 inches. They could have come up. They had 2 inches. That's a tough sweep.
I mean, there's perfect. There is not perfect.
Yeah. Oh, rough one. Rough one.
Oh.
Those are the sweep calls where, when I'm playing Vice, I'm lying in bed awake at night at the end saying, man, if I had them come up 3 seconds early.
Oh, I needed one more rotation or whatever, yeah. All right, now Columbus in the driver's seat for sure. They just got to put one.
Guard for their life.
Block this path up. It looks a little tight, but they're off it. Must be a little big, a tiny bit big. Whoa, whoa, he says. Stay off it. Let it bury. Now it dives. And it is a 3-guard.
I think it effectively blocks the jump path that Mark just took. I don't think we can get there. I don't know, Carson. That's a toughie. Definitely not that last part. chip. I think you chip off your top red and then you're not shot rock. Or you might
Yeah, it seems to me like this is what happens right here. Is it comes in, it bumps.
you might get shot rock. You only need to be 2 inches into the forefoot. Rock on the rainbow. Oh, big sweep call. Gotta go. And the guard did a guard thing.
If they could get past, it would have been really nice, but they cannot get past.
All right, now if you're Columbus, you're putting that thing right back. He's looking at right on the SO in source. I think it's yellow, C. I think it's yellow. All day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just staring at the 2 in the back 4, and they're close, but I think it's still yellow. Yeah.
To me, red rocks always look closer when they're in a red circle, and this red rock looks farther. So I don't even think it's
So
probably.
you
that
think
close.
it's not even close?
No, I think it's a good couple inches.
I agree. It's definitely yellow. And so the idea is put one right there.
Yeah, I think he was looking at like at the beginning of the word source. Yep. He does that. I don't know what you do with the mark.
Yeah.
Harley is not looking forward to throwing this. I would not be either.
That's diving in.
It is.
That
but
could wind up on the button shot rock. No. It's a little tight. It's on the nose.
Oh my God, is that gonna? No. Okay, I was like, is that gonna change? The calculus there, but.
But.
I don't know how. Even the line you drew is not a. It would need to pick halfway down the ice or something. I don't think it's there. Actually, I do. I think you can sit on the inside of the yellow shot rock, top inside corner. She can. It's there. You don't even have to get that close.
You
to
think
that
you could
top
be
yellow.
here?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's where I think it goes. Here she's throwing it. All right, let's go, Harley. My good friend, Harley Skebby.
Both of them on the inside. They are hammering that to stay straight.
Really flirting with that guard.
It's passed.
Just by.
It's passed. Will it get all the way into the button? Will it get in? It's a little tick.
Oh,
It is shot
she
rock.
did it.
It is
Let's
shot
go,
rock after the tick.
Rohrabacher. All right. Sorry about the favoritism. Harley has been my good friend for many years.
That's your winner.
Very proud of her for throwing last rocks this weekend, and she's absolutely killing it. All right.
A wild finish.
And with a score of 1 in the 7th, that gives the win to Big Sexy Curling Company. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you at the 10 o'clock draw here from TropiCurl 2025 at the Pittsburgh Curling Club.